Hi guys, it's me, Alyssa. So today in this video, I decided to talk about all of the different ways that God can speak to you. And the reason why I want to do a video like this is because I've been struggling a little bit to know when exactly God is talking to me and what it is He's trying to tell me. And it was just really frustrating for me because I couldn't tell if it was God talking to me or Satan talking to me. And I always thought it would be easy to know when Satan is talking to you because I always thought that Satan just put bad things on your mind. But the truth is that sometimes Satan can use things that seem innocent to try to trick us and get us away from God. So you got to watch out for that. Okay, so let me explain just what I've learned. I could be wrong. Remember, I'm still learning, okay? Sorry, I had to straighten that up for a minute. Okay, I'm still trying to learn all the ways that God talks to me, at least when it comes to the feelings you get on the inside. So, I could be wrong, so just please bear with me. Okay, the first thing that I've noticed when God is talking to you is sometimes you'll just get a thought. Sometimes a thought will just pop into your head, and sometimes it's just a really simple thought, and sometimes you can't really see very clearly what it is he's saying, but you just have this thought in your head that it just there's been times that I would get a thought in my head or a little bit of a feeling in my heart that something is about to happen or it could happen, but then I end up being wrong. Or there's been times that I'll just have a quick thought, like this one time my dad was getting ready to get in the car and go for a drive, and we went out to eat at a restaurant for my birthday, and he was about to get in the car with without his insulin shot after he ate, and my mom had said something about forgetting about to give him his insulin, and he was saying, oh, he'll be fine, so he just got in the car and drove home. And there was a little bit of a thought in the back of my mind that thought, well, maybe we should give him his insulin just in case. And but it was just such a quick thought, I didn't even have time to realize it could have been God talking to me, so I didn't even bother to ask. But on my dad's way home, he had fallen asleep driving and almost wrecked, and my nephew, who was 7 or 8 at the time, he was awake, and he was the one who woke my dad up and kept them from wrecking. So after we heard about that, we thought, oh my gosh, every one of us kept trying to tell you that we should give you your insulin shot, because I don't remember the whole story, but the point is we all had a little bit of a feeling that we should do that, and we didn't do it. And they almost wrecked because my dad fell asleep driving, but he didn't. Luckily, my nephew was awake to save my dad from wrecking, and I just thought that has to be God, because stuff like this doesn't just happen by accident. So, another way that you'll know how God is talking to you, sometimes you'll just get this feeling in your heart, like somebody is speaking to you, like you can't quite figure it out, you can't quite figure out why that feeling is there, but for some reason it just won't go away. And it's not necessarily a bad feeling either, it could be something that feels good. I mean, everything that God tells us is good, and his voice is so gentle and so sweet. So there's not really a whole lot of aggressiveness that comes with God talking to you. He's very patient, he's very mysterious, and he's, he doesn't tell you everything right away. And another way that you'll know how God is speaking to you is sometimes he just won't talk to you. You know, sometimes God doesn't talk to you, because that's the thing. Sometimes I try to talk to God and I'm trying to listen and trying to feel in my spirit what he might be telling me to do. And, you know, he's not telling me anything. I'm not feeling anything. But as the day goes on and all of these different things just start happening, and then as time goes by, I start kind of putting the pieces together and realizing, oh, this must be God trying to talk to me and trying to explain something to me. And, you know, just like today, my mom's been going through cancer, lung cancer, and I've been feeling really discouraged about whether God is going to save my mom or if he's not going to do anything. And I've been praying, I've been trusting, and, you know, I've just been feeling really discouraged lately because I don't know, and it's just really a scary thing. And so, you know, I've just been feeling really frustrated about it. And then today on TV, the Warehouse TV was on, and the preacher was talking, and he was talking about patience and how it can be so frustrating when you feel like God promised you that something is going to happen, but it's not happening yet. And you just get so tired of waiting, and you just wonder if he's really going to do anything or not. And that was exactly what I needed to hear today, because that's exactly what I've been feeling. And I just thought, this is God, because that's too much of a coincidence to not be God. I mean, it has to. So, you know, I've noticed. So that's another way how God speaks to you. He will use coincidences to show you that he's speaking to you. And I've noticed, as I get closer with God, I have been noticing a lot of little strange coincidences lately. And most people would say, well, how do you know that's God? Maybe it's just really a coincidence. And I would probably believe that if these coincidences were not happening all the time, like literally every day, and so specifically too. Like, I'll just give you a really simple example that God has used before. Sometimes I'll be thinking about a movie that I would like to watch, or I'll just be thinking about a character in a movie that I really like, and then a couple hours later, a couple days later, that movie will either be on TV, or I will see another movie with the same actor or actress that I was just thinking about 10 minutes ago. And and I know some people might say, well, why is that such a big deal? Why would God care about a movie or an actress or music or anything? And it's like, God uses little things like that to show us that he is speaking to us, because, you know, he knows our heart. He knows how we spend every single day of our life, and he wants to speak to us individually. So sometimes God will use things that you have been, like, he'll use little coincidences like that to help you, because he knows that you will understand, since you're the one that's been doing that lately. So I've been noticing stuff like that a lot lately. And like I said, some people might say it's just a coincidence, but I don't think it is. I just don't believe that coincidences can happen that much every day. So, yes, coincidences. And, you know, I just think, and of course, God uses the word to speak to us too. Like, sometimes you'll have a thought in your mind, or you'll be having a problem going on in your life, and you'll open up the Bible and see a word, or you'll go to church and you'll hear the preacher talking about something that you really needed to hear, and you're like, oh my gosh, I was literally just thinking about this yesterday or 2 days ago, and now the preacher is talking about it. Like, how could that be possible? So yes, those are different ways that God can talk to you. And I also believe that God can speak to us in our dreams too. You know, not always, I'm not saying that every dream you have is from God, but, you know, if you're having a dream about God or about something very vivid like that, you know, pay attention to it, and just pay attention to little things like that every day in your life, and that's how you'll know that God is talking to you. Okay, I think I said everything. One thing to keep in mind is the difference between Satan's voice and God's voice. Remember, Satan's voice criticizes you, rushes you, condemns you, frightens you, makes you feel discouraged. And God's voice will soothe you and make you happy and will encourage you and just lift you up and enlighten you. You know, God, I know God gets a reputation for being scary sometimes, but, you know, He's really gentle when dealing with different people. And just remember that, you know, God speaks to everybody differently at different times, and it's just something you have to pay attention to on a personal level, because God wants to have a personal relationship with us. He doesn't just want to have a Sunday afternoon 45-minute meeting at church with you. He wants to spend every day with you and keep you out of trouble and keep you from making really dumb mistakes. So, you know, I think I pretty much said everything. Another thing to keep in mind, what I've noticed is that I will be getting ready to do something, and then I'll feel somewhere inside of me that this just doesn't feel right. Like, I don't know why, but something about this just doesn't feel all that good to me. And I can't really figure it out why it doesn't feel good, but that's usually God trying to tell you that that thing you're about to do is not right for you. So definitely pay attention to that. Okay, I think I pretty much said everything. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I hope this helped you, and have a great day.